Welcome back to Money Rocks. Fear in America. You should be fearful of that debt clock, by the way. So will a big win for the Tea Party change Washington's spending ways? Let's get down to the money. Bill, Sarah Palin, Christine O'Donnell, Rand Paul, Scott Brown. The names go on and on. Tea Party, smaller government, taxed enough already. What's America saying?
You know, I queried this 2 segments ago. You know, what happens to the price of gold if some of these Tea Party candidates or the majority of them win?
Garland's buying.
I mean, is that a signal that Washington spending will start to decrease? And if it does, I mean, does the gold get cheaper and the stocks go higher?
Well, you know, Hammer poses a good question. I'll give it to Garland there. What if we do get Republicans in there that continue to spend? I mean, is that a risk?
Well, let's say this. It wouldn't be the first time, for starters. Secondly, the issue is this. Do people really believe that these people who are extremists really know how to govern? One of the issues is getting elected, but can they come in and really do a good job of legislating?
Extremists?
They are extremists.
In New York, I think there's a bit of an extremist here. You may not feel like that, but based on some of the things that he said.
Carl Palladino.
Rand Paul's comment.
When you say extremist, you mean extreme cutting of government?
No,
that's a good thing, isn't it?
I mean, some of the statements that they've said are so highly offensive to some people that I would consider
passing around emails with bestiality and with the N-word.
You may not consider them extremists.
Hey now.
That's Carl Palladino. It's not me.
Okay, all right. So let's stay on top.
But my issue wasn't that. My issue was, can they actually govern and legislate? Because there's a difference between running and talking and saying all the things you can do and being a quality legislator, depending on, regardless of your party, to get in and understand how the system
works. But no one's even won.
So just because you can make a lot of noise,
I think you got to go back to Sal Roos at the top of your program when he said that these candidates who are successful, who are coming out of nowhere, they have a laser focus. And it's all about the wallet. It's all about government spending. It's all about fiscal responsibility.
And in fact,
that goes back to the theme you had at the top of the show about fear in America. People are worried about their own pocketbook. And that's why they're voting. And that's why Delaware had the turnout they did yesterday.
And
I mean,
Delaware,
it's not
Bill,
hard
let's
stay
on it.
Do you know who's worried about their own pocketbook? Christine O'Donnell, Sarah Palin, they're making a mint. Christine O'Donnell, by the way, didn't pay her taxes. We had a show yesterday where you said people who don't pay their taxes shouldn't be in government. And she put it in her pocket.
Beat someone who raised
$3 million. Eric, you heard what her campaign manager said.
Stay on topic, please. Please, here's the topic.
Well, she's extreme.
Are Americans voting with the ballot saying we want smaller government? By the way, the guy that she beat has been called a rhino, Republican in name only, because he's a big tax and spender anyway.
This is a battle for the heart and soul of the Republican Party. There's no question that Tea Partiers are rejecting the Republican Party in droves. But just because Sarah Palin helps people in the Republican Party doesn't mean she'll help people on a national scale. I remember Sarah Palin's bridge
Levine.
to nowhere. She was a big spender.
Sarah Palin helps people who are for smaller government. What's wrong with that?
This article came out early this morning. It was on Politico. Soul-searching time. A Republican Party torn. You're going to read a lot about this stuff, but ultimately you go back to the results in Delaware and you look at 100% turnout from 2 years ago to this year.
Increase, 100%.
Because it was a contested race.
But let me do something real quick, and that's criticize the Democrats a little bit. They haven't thrown red meat to their base. The Republicans have energized their base. However, the reason I say this, is this.
Hey, Garland.
What?
What do you call $1 trillion in spending? That's not red meat.
No,
I call it George Bush's last deficit.
I'm
and
talking,
it's way too high. And
I'm talking policy. I'm talking policy and legislation here.
Your current Senate, Congress, and White House has dwarfed George Bush's
deficit.
deficit.
It's 8% lower. The first Obama fiscal year is 8% lower than Bush's.
I'm talking about policy.
We've quadrupled spending and
under George Bush and the Republican Congress.
Yes,
that's the point.
All the dollars aside, it's the policies often that energizes people. Policy red meat. And I'm saying that what's going on here is these Tea Party people are going to do what the Democratic Party couldn't do. They're going to scare the living crap out of a lot of Democrats, and a whole lot of Democrats that were bored, that were sitting on their hands because they weren't happy with their own party, let's be honest, are going to come to the polls.
We're going to have to leave it there.